What's up, everybody? This is Coach MJ, and I want to welcome you to our training broadcast for today. I know it's been a while since I have gone live, and I have missed sharing with you guys, but I have been so busy over the last few weeks preparing for something super exciting that I want to share with you today and in the next couple of weeks that you're going to want to get in on if it applies to you. You can see in the title that we're going to be talking about building wealth while you travel as an expert coach. And this is a new thing that I'm rolling out because here's kind of the backstory, right? So I'm a coach and I made a goal for myself last year of being able to take a trip every month because that's just something I love. Everybody has hobbies. Travel is one of mine. And as I began to travel and my friends and associates and acquaintances noticed that I'm always going somewhere, and yet I'm running my business, I'm building wealth, and I'm able to do that. And people are always like, how are you able to do that? How are you able to always be in all these different places and you're going places all the time and you don't work a day job, you don't work, you work for yourself. How are you doing that? So I decided, for all the people who ask me that all the time, I'm going to create a new experience that you can participate in so that you too can do the same thing using what you have. So today, we're going to talk about the 7 F's of building wealth while you travel as an expert coach. Normally, if you got 7 F's on a report card in school, that would be a bad day for you. If you went home with F's on your report card, it would not be great. Now, I fortunately never had any F's on my report card, but today I want you to have 7 F's that are going to teach you how you can escape the 9-to-5 grind, escape from corporate America, and launch your freedom-focused coaching business that will allow you to create time and income freedom that will free you up to not only travel, but to build the lifestyle of your dreams. And you can do all of this without going back to school, without having to get some expensive certification that you have to maintain. Even if you've never owned a business, even if you've never coached anybody before, even if you don't have any idea how to get started, even if you don't have a following, you can create a 6 or 7 figure expert coaching business doing what you love, using your existing expertise and leveraging that, monetizing it in a coaching business. So that's the long story. So let's get into this. So the 7 F's, the first F that you need to get to help you build wealth while you travel as an expert coach is that you need to fixate on your vision. So often we have things that we want to accomplish in life. We have goals and dreams, but we don't know how to turn them into a vision that we're fixated on. Fixating means that you put your attention, you focus your attention on it, and you don't waver. And you have to have a strong vision, something that's going to carry you through the tough times, or when things hit you that aren't going well, when you hit those trials, when you hit those difficulties and those roadblocks, you're going to quit. I heard somebody say today, I can't remember who it was, but I was on a call today, and they said, if the why does not make you cry, then I can't remember. They said something else that rhymed with that, but basically you're not going to be motivated to get through what it is that you need to get through to get to the goal, right? So when you have a vision for your life, when you think about a vision is what you see in the future for yourself. So if you remember that show, That's So Raven, she would have these little visions that would pop in her mind, and she would see something in the future that was going to happen, right? And so that's what your vision has to be for your life. You have to, at some future point in your life, what your life is going to be like. Where are you going to be traveling to? Where are you going to live? What are you going to buy? What are you going to be able to do for your community? How are you going to be able to take care of and support your family? And how are you going to be able to quit your job and work for yourself? Because that's what so many of you want to do. And you can do that as a coach, but you have to be fixated on your vision for your life, because as long as you are fixated on your vision, then the things that are going to come up as distractions, as roadblocks, as setbacks. As long as you're fixated on your vision, you're going to keep moving towards that. I have a thing that I do that anytime a negative thought creeps in, I have mantras and I have things that I say to myself and things that I do where I can immediately reverse that negative thought and bring it back into control and decide to replace it with a positive thought, because I know where I want to go. I can see my future as clearly now as if it were already happening. And you have to fixate on your vision as well so that you can know where you're going. It is literally impossible to reach a destination if you don't know what the destination is. That's why when we plan trips, when we travel, right, we always start with, where do we want to go? You can't go on vacation if you don't know where you're going. You get in the car, you won't even know which way to turn or where to go if you don't know where you're headed. Then you work your way back from the destination and you figure out when you can go, how much it's going to cost, and all those other logistics. But you have to know where you're going first. The same is true for success. The same is true for being able to build wealth as you travel the world, as you have that time and income freedom. You have to know what you want your life to look like, or you're not going to be able to get there, because where is there, right? In no other space in our lives do we try to go somewhere without knowing where somewhere is, except in our professional lives. We just kind of a lot of times people just meander through life, hoping that it just kind of works out on its own. But that's not how life works. It's not just going to magically work itself out. You're not just going to wake up one day and be wealthy if you stay in your comfort zone at your job and you don't step outside and say, there's more for me out here. How can I get it? So the first F you need to build wealth while you travel as an expert coach is to fixate on your vision. The second one, after you fixated on your vision, you know exactly where you're going. You know exactly what that life looks like. You know where you're traveling to. You know how much money it's going to take and all of these things. The next thing is you need to figure out your niche. And this age that we are living in right now is the age of the expert. If your news feed here on social media looks anything like mine, it is full of everybody's a coach. Everybody's an influencer. Everybody's got a YouTube channel. Everybody's got a following on TikTok. Everybody is doing all these things to grab the attention of other people and say, I have a better way. I know the answer. I need your attention, right? But it's the age of the expert, in that anything that you know that somebody else doesn't know but wants to know, that makes you the expert. I remember a friend of mine told me that one time. She asked me to do what was it? I can't remember what she asked me to do, some kind of seminar. And I was like, on finance or something. I was like, well, am I an expert in finances? And she said, everything that you share with me about everything you know about how to handle your money and all that, there's a lot of people out there that don't know any of that. And as much as you know more than another person, that makes you an expert in that, right? It doesn't mean your way is the only way. It doesn't mean that what you know is the end all be all. There could be somebody else out there that's an expert who has a completely different frame of mind, a completely different approach, a completely different model that's the opposite of yours. They also are an expert for their tribe. There is something that you are passionate about. There is something that you are good at, that people are always saying, girl, you need to do this for a living, or girl, I wish you would teach me how to do that. There are something, whether it's related to your day job or not, it might not be related to what you do in your career, but you are an expert in something that you can be selling in this market for $5,000, $7,000, $10,000, $15,000 or more to give other people the results that they want, because you already know how to get there, right? You may not have identified what your niche is, though, because again, you're spending the majority of your days selling your time in exchange for money. And I know the expression that normally says time is money, but that's actually not true. Time is infinitely more valuable than money. How do I know that? Time is infinitely more valuable than money because of the simple fact that you can replace money. If you lose $10, somebody else can give you $10 and you get the $10 back. It's not the exact $10 bill you had, but it's the same monetary. You never get it back. From the moment you started sucking air, from the moment you were born, your time on this earth was depleting. You have less and less of it. You don't know what that end is, but you know it's coming. And so your time is more valuable than money. And so it will behoove you to buy back the time that you are giving to your employer by creating wealth so that you can leave there and do what time goes by so quickly. And once they're grown and gone, those little days of them being cute and small, you can never get them back. The years you're spending in corporate America selling your time for dollars, you're never going to be able to get that time back. And so, time is more valuable than money, and you need to be able to buy back your time by selling something you already are an expert in. You don't need to go back to school for another degree. You don't need an MBA. You don't need a coaching certification. You don't need any of that. As a matter of fact, that stuff can slow you down. There is a way that you can package what you know right now for people who are right now looking for answers out on the internet. And you can, once you figure out what your niche is, what problem it is that you solve, you're going to be off to the races. What problem it is that you want to solve? What is something that you're passionate about, where every time you start talking about it, you get all hyped and you can talk about it for hours on end? What is that thing that you no expertise, because you just take for granted you know these things? That can be your expert coaching business in a nutshell. You've got to figure out what your niche is. It could be something related to your job, but it doesn't have to be. It can be something that you're passionate about. It can be a hobby. It can be just something that you know about. Figure out your niche. That's the second F. And then find your audience is number 3. There is somebody out there, no matter what your niche is, no matter what your area of expertise is, there is somebody out there right now looking for the answers that you have in your head, and you don't even know it. Your ideal customer will be willing to open their wallet and let everything come out that they can possibly spare to get the results that you can help them to get using your expertise. It's not about you. You have to figure out, again, figure out your niche means finding the problem that needs to be solved, but then you have to find your audience to know who needs that problem to be solved. I guarantee no matter what it is, and you can comment below what kind of a coaching business you would love to have. Comment below. But anything that you are an expert in, there's somebody out there that needs what you have, and they will be willing to pay you for that. But you got to figure out who that person is that has that problem. You have to get into their mind, not in your mind and how you see it. You have to get into the mind of them and how they're struggling with this problem every single day, and what it would be, what it would mean to them to get the solution and get the results that you can help them get. You see, there's nothing that's for everybody. A lot of times people start a business and they'll be like, oh, I'd be like, who's your target market? They'll be like, women. I say, well, there is nothing in this world that all women want. Nothing. There's nothing you can name. Nothing. Love, clothes, none of that. There's always a woman who doesn't want that. Really clear on who your target audience is, and get very specific to know how you can then do the next F, which is fine tune your messaging. Formulate your product, right? So you found your niche. You know what problem it is you want to solve, and you know who you found your audience. You know who you want to solve it for. Now you have to package your expertise in such a way that you can present it to the marketplace in a way that grabs their attention, pulls them in, and makes them want what you have. Or let's not even say makes them want what you have, because if somebody doesn't want what you're selling, there's nothing you can do to convince them to get it. People are out here, they already want to buy the solutions. They are already poised and positioned to buy what you are selling. You have to find the people who want that problem solved bad enough right now, and they will find a way to find you and get your solution. But you have to package it in a way so that they can get the result. It needs to be a step-by-step solution. It needs to be something that they can achieve in a certain amount of time. It needs to be something that they can understand. You need to have something that resonates with that target group because you don't want to be way over their heads. You don't want to dumb it down so much that it does not get them the result, but you need to package it. And we're talking about coaching right now. So we're talking about creating coaching products and other things that they can get that are going to help them get the result. Everything you do when you're formulating your product needs to be centered around getting that ideal client the result that they want, solving the problem that you want to solve. Everything needs to be geared towards them. So first you fixated on your vision so you know where you're going. You figured out what your niche is going to be, and you have formulated your product so that when a person comes to you and asks for the solution, it is packaged up and ready to go for them so you can deliver on it. The next thing you need to do is fine-tune your messaging. This is something that so many people screw up. As I said, I have a lot of stuff going on in my news feed, and some of the messaging that I see in my news feed is horrific. These people have no idea how to speak to their target audience. And so they might know how to do the targeting on the back end of Facebook, Facebook Business Manager, but they have no idea how to write copy that's compelling. They're basically coming on there and saying, oh, I need your sales because I'm going out of business. I need to get rid of all this stuff. Or, oh, yeah, just buy this because it's on sale. They don't even know how to talk to the people about why a person would want what they have and what problem it solves. Again, what's in it for me from the customer standpoint. And so their messaging is weak. So if they don't have a picture to draw you in or something that's going to grab your attention, you keep scrolling, right? You have to have compelling messaging that shows people why you are the solution to their problem, right? They don't care what you have until they understand how what you have can solve problems for them. And your messaging has to be on point, or no matter how great you have formulated your product, no matter how much you know these people need it, if you can't say it to them in an email, in a post, in an ad, in a podcast, wherever that is, if you don't know what to say to them to get them to understand that your solution is their best solution, they're still not going to come to you. You have to learn how to message, to fine tune your messaging, through your doors and saying, what do I need to do to get you in my corner? What do I have to do to get your solution? Messaging is everything. That is why advertisers spend millions of dollars on commercials and they show them over and over till you're sick of it. They spend so much money learning how to get inside your mind, because if they can influence your mind, they know they can get your dollars. Well, the same thing is true for you, except, of course, you're going to be coming from a place of caring. You're going to be coming from a place of concern and wanting them to get their results. You're not just out here without integrity trying to get people's money. Of course not. But you do need to know how to craft messaging that's effective. When you think about commercials that are sticky, like whoever has been doing Geico's advertising campaigns for the last 10, 15 years deserved every dime that Geico paid them, because each of their ad campaigns, whether it's the gecko with the European accent, or whether it's the caveman, or whether it's all those other compelling advertisements, they know how to grab your attention, get your messaging in front, get their messaging out. And you also always remember what the call to action is to call them so you can save 15% in 15 minutes. They're so effective. You have to become an expert at marketing. That's really the business you're going to be in as an expert coach. As you're building wealth while you're traveling the world, you will be an expert at marketing, because it doesn't matter how great your coaching product is if nobody knows about it and nobody's interested in it. Okay. So that's your fifth F is fine tune your message. 6 is that you need to funnel your marketing. Now, why do we call it a marketing funnel? If you've been out here for any length of time, you may have heard the phrase marketing funnel, right? Why is it called a funnel? Well, if you can think about a funnel, it's shaped like this. It has a big opening that goes down to a small opening at the bottom. And that's the way that you can, for example, pour liquids in from a large container into a smaller container. The same thing is true when you are targeting the world or the larger target audience, trying to find those who are ready for what you have right now. There's a whole lot of people that are going to get dumped in at the top, and then you're going to funnel them down till you get to the winners, the people that are ready to move forward right now. And so that's why they call it a funnel. After you have fine-tuned your messaging, it's time to put your product out into the world with that messaging and start marketing. And that can be very scary because it's putting yourself out there. It's one thing to sit in your secret lab in your house and talk about, oh yeah, I can do this, this, and the third. When it's time to say, hey, I'm an expert in this. This is the problem you're having. I can help you solve it. When it comes time for that, a lot of people contract. But that's the only way that you're going to get the word out there is by marketing, and really not only funneling your marketing, but also selling, which a lot of people are afraid of sales because of all the bad rap that sales have gotten. But it's really because so many people have been doing it wrong that people have the negative connotation that they have around selling. But selling becomes so much easier when you have funneled your marketing to the right people with the right message, with the right product, going to the right audience. Sales becomes easy because anytime you have a problem, don't you want to get it solved? If it's something as simple as I need a dress for this wedding coming up this weekend, aren't you willing to go out and go where you have to go to get that dress for that wedding? Does a store really have to twist your arm to get you in there? Now, there may be some vying between multiple stores to get you to get their dress, but ultimately, the sale itself is very easy because you're predisposed to buy because you already want to solve your problem of needing a dress for that wedding. And so sales is easy when you have a marketing funnel that works, that gets to the people that need it right now, puts the message in front of them, and shows them how they can solve their problem. As a coach, as an expert coach in whatever your niche is, there's somebody out there that needs what you have. And you might need help figuring out how what you're good at can solve a problem. Because sometimes you're good at something and you can't immediately see how you can solve a problem with that. For example, I play the piano, right? And so a lot of people would think, well, you should give piano lessons. A lot of people said through the years, you should do piano lessons. I don't do piano lessons. I never have. I'm not a piano teacher. But that is not, finding a piano teacher is not something for which people are going to pay you well to solve their problem. Piano teachers are relatively inexpensive. It's not what we call a bleeding neck problem to learn how to play the piano. And so that's not something that you would build an expert coaching business around necessarily. However, there are people that for whom piano playing or not being able to play the piano in a certain way can be a bleeding neck problem. Let's say it's a person who wants to be a professional concert pianist and they're having difficulty with some aspect of it. And so now their skill set is going down. And so they're not getting the gigs because they're not as good as they used to be, or they're afraid to take gigs because they know that they don't think they can follow through. Whatever that looks like, that's now a problem for this aspiring concert pianist. They need a coach. They need somebody to come in with their piano playing skill and show them how to solve the problem of whatever the issues are they're having with playing the piano. Giving lessons to a beginner, not so much a bleeding neck problem. Helping an aspiring concert pianist get back on their game, yes. But you have to know how to funnel your marketing so that it addresses the people that need that problem solved. Your messaging is clear and you're on the right channels, right? The people you need to reach, they're not everywhere. I know some people that wear themselves thin trying to dance on every stage. You need to figure out where the people are who need what you have and market to them where they are when they're there. It doesn't have to be this thing where you're on 25 different platforms and you're juggling all this stuff. Meanwhile, all of your clients are coming from one or two places. Marketing, becoming an expert is as much about the messaging as it is about where you find the people and where you position your marketing message. Okay, we're almost out of time. So we're going to go with our 7th F, which is facilitate your delivery. The word facilitate means to make something easier, right? So when it's time to actually deliver on the promises that you have made to your clients of helping them get to their result, you want to do it in a way that makes it easy for you, that's leveraged for you, that doesn't take, 80 hours a week and 40 hours a week, even because if you're leaving a job and then starting something else over here, that's still going to take you 40 hours a week. It's not going to free you up to travel the world. We're talking about being able to travel and really just having time and income freedom, right? You need to facilitate how you deliver your coaching so to your clients in a way that makes it super easy for you. And it doesn't mean it's not going to be hard work sometimes, but it needs to be a leveraged model that gives you the flexibility and only takes a few hours a week for you to administer and deliver that to your people, but gets them massive results. The thing is, you can do all the other stuff. You can fixate on your vision. You can figure out what your niche is and find your audience out there, formulate your product, fine tune your messaging and funnel your marketing. But if you cannot deliver on the promises that you make to people, all of it is for naught. Right? And a lot of times people struggle with the implementation part because that's where the rubber meets the road. And especially as a new coach, you might not feel comfortable on the delivery, especially if you've never coached, never owned a business, and you might think, can I really do this? Yes, I'm an expert at this topic. I can solve this problem for myself. Can I do it for somebody else? Can I deliver the results that I think I can deliver? And by facilitating your delivery in your freedom focused coaching business, by making it easier for yourself, you're going to be able to get those results. So we've talked about a lot today. 7 F's for building wealth while you travel the world and jet set around the globe as an expert coach. But you're probably thinking, MJ, I don't know if I can do this. I hear what you're saying, but I don't know if I can do this. Well, remember I said at the beginning, I've been off working on something new, and I'm excited to announce my Build Wealth While You Travel Challenge. It's coming up here. We're going to be starting on September the 27th. I'm going to show you the link now that you need to go to get in on this challenge. Join the upcoming Build Wealth While You Travel Challenge by going to buildwealthwhileyoutravel.com. That's the website. You'll get there. All the information is there. And let me tell you something. You're going to see an option to do a basic enrollment or do the VIP. Let me tell you something. The people who do the VIP are going to get results massively faster than those who try to go it alone on the basic ticket. So that's my pro tip. Go VIP. Give yourself the gift of going VIP. In this challenge, you're going to learn how to do all the things we've talked about today. Fixate on your vision and know what your mission is, know what your goals are, and know exactly what it's going to take to get there. Figuring out what your niche is, figuring out what you're good at and how you can reframe it as a problem that you solve. Finding your audience. Who's your target market who is going to clamor to get what you have? They're out there, but sometimes it can be difficult to figure out who they are and where they are. We're going to talk about formulating your product so that you can create a coaching experience that is second to none, that you can be paid well to administer. Then fine-tuning your message. During the challenge, we're going to be talking about how to fine-tune your message and funnel your marketing right to where it needs to go, when it needs to go there, and on the channels that it needs to go. And then we're going to talk about how you can facilitate your delivery of your coaching program. You're going to be able to learn exactly what MJ does. So MJ takes a trip or two every month. You're going to learn how to do that in what you aren't expert in, but it starts by going to the website, buildwealthwhileyoutravel.com. That's the link. It's on the screen right now. Build wealth while you travel. Go there, get yourself enrolled. Like I said, the next class we're doing is coming up on September 27th. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Why is it a once in a lifetime opportunity? I'm not saying I'll never do it again, but what I am saying is it's a once in a lifetime for you to get in on this challenge. You're not guaranteed what's going to be happening in your life a month from now, 2 months from now. And like I said, time is more valuable than money. All the time that you are not getting yourself locked into your expertise and building wealth, creating your fortune, doing what you love, all of that time, you're never going to get it back. But you can start right now building wealth while you travel by going to this challenge. It's a 5-day challenge we're going to be doing starting on the 27th of September. Go to the website right now and get your ticket. I'm going to put the website up here one more time by itself. It's on the screen right now, but in case all those words are running together, I'm going to give it to you here. BuildWealthWhileYouTravel.com. Go there, get your ticket, and be in the house. We're going to be learning a lot in a short amount of time, but it's going to be everything that you need to build this amazing, travel-friendly, freedom-focused coaching business using your current expertise to build the fortune of your dreams so you can have the lifestyle that you want while you travel the world. It's been my pleasure to share with you. Get on over there, get your VIP ticket right now, and I look forward to meeting you soon to help you to create the coaching experience of your dreams and build a lifestyle that you want for you and your family. It's been my pleasure to share with you today. I look forward to meeting you in our upcoming challenge. Take care, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.